Welcome to Soul Connection and Soul Perspective. I'm Angel Ann and I work as a psychic advisor at psychicsecrets.com. This is part 4 of Soul Connection and Soul Perspective. What happens when we transition over to the other side? So what happens when we do transition over to the other side? It is a transition since the soul is eternal, but transitioning to another dimension, another way of being. The soul is going back home, and it is how the soul experienced it. The soul is met up by souls who have a special connection to it, guides and helpers. The soul needs some time to adjust to the energies and circumstances once it comes back home. Even though the incarnation and time on earth is a lifetime for a human being, the soul perceives it as a brief moment in time. The time of adjustment for the soul who have transitioned home is any time from a few weeks to a longer time. The soul very often review the lifetime, gather the experiences, and gets a deeper understanding of itself. It is important to know that the soul in its essence already is perfect. It is the incarnations and the circumstances while incarnated that does create blocks and restrictions. For each and every time in our human history, there are different conventions, expectations from society, family, traditions, etc., that can make the soul go against itself. I call this the soul coming out of alignment with itself. Of course, this is something that can be worked with and cleared, and the soul usually heals itself when it comes back home. Sometimes, if the transition over came all of a sudden and unexpectedly, the soul may need additional time to adjust. This can happen if there was an accident, drugs involved, or else that came surprisingly, and the soul can need help to go to the light. It means nothing else than that the soul, because of temporary confusion, is caught in an illusion and can't see the light that is actually right beside it. Many psychic mediums assist with helping confused souls to find the light and go where they are supposed to be. If a soul doesn't find the light, it will be unable to sustain itself with energy from divine source and draw energy from people in the environment where it is currently connected. People in such places where a soul can be trapped often feel drained of energy and tired, among other things that can be felt. But it is not dangerous for people, it is simply draining and not comfortable. There are many different entities on the other side and in other dimensions, which will be covered in another video. Thank you for watching Soul Connections and Soul Perspective Part 4, and I hope it was interesting for you. Stay tuned for Soul Connections and Soul Perspective Part 5, that is going to be about entities on the other side and in other dimensions. Coming soon. Bye.